Good evening, everyone, or good morning, good afternoon, depending if you're watching the recording and where you are in the world. So I'm very excited to be here with you tonight and share why my story with Zinzino, why I decided to join, and the impact that is been having in my life for the past 5 years. And for that, I would like you to go on a journey with me and see if then what I share with you then just resonates with you as well. Because if you're here, you're most likely already looking for something different that you want. You're either not happy or you're missing something, or you're missing time for yourself. You're missing the bits of the extra finances that you need, or then it's just a health challenge that you're going through. So 4.5 years ago, I've met Zinzino in the best time that I could have met, because I was facing some health challenges, my gut problems, and everywhere that I was looking, it was not giving me the solution. I tried a lot of things and did not work. I was already with a different diet and the problems happened anyway. And then Zinzino turned up at that time. But alongside this, I was very, very happy with what I was doing. I was an ops manager with different contracts. I was helping teams. I felt that I was impacting and helping people. But then again, I was missing something for me. I didn't have much time for myself. I was always on the road, didn't have time to be with my husband and with my dog. I couldn't do the things that I wanted. So it was kind of, do I want to carry on like this for the rest of my life? I had the money, I had a good car, I had a good house, but something was still missing. So when I looked at Zinzino, and it was then someone, a stranger, showing this to us, and it was, why not? But the immediate was that I don't have time. But then when I saw the potential, I said, let me look at this closely. And then things changed for me. So I want to show you what then made a difference to me. And let's see if then this is for you. So I'm going to share my screen. So I'm going to talk to you about Zinzino and what we help people with. So Zinzino, it is known as the world market leader in test-based nutrition. And when we look at this, Zinzino is a Scandinavian company and was one of the first things. So if I'm looking into a company, let me find a little bit about the company. So I encourage you to do that. While we are watching this, just Google, ChatGPT, Grok, and find who Zinzino AB is. So it's a health and wellness company from Scandinavia. We operate all over the world, so it's really global. And it is registered in the stock markets, and it is publicly traded. So you can look at the finances, which is a plus, because you're not owned by one person that then one day to another can decide that I no longer want to be trading and then sells the company. So it gives you that guarantee. And when you look into the finances, during these 20 years of existence, there was not one single year that was worse than the year before. So it's always growing, always, always. And look at the last quarter, quarter 3, and you'll see that it's ridiculously the exponential growth that it had, 57% against last year, just last quarter, because we are looking at this big vision of moving people from guessing to testing. And that's a huge shift. And it's becoming a mega trend, a global mega trend. It will come to a point where people think about nutrition, they'll think Zinzino. Like at the moment, we think about, okay, electric cars, Tesla, online streaming, we think Netflix. So that will be a name, a brand name, yes? Because we know that health is not getting better, unfortunately. It's as important it is now as it will be in 10, 15, 50 years from now. And there's a common sense or common knowledge that as it doesn't give us everything, supplements are necessary. And more of us are looking into that and consuming, but we don't know if they are actually working for us. And that's where Zinzino is making the difference. Because in this world where the newest technologies are every single year, we have the best hospitals that we ever available, but we don't have the best health. And when we look at it and we look into the official entities, there's these two statements that we're going to look at. 6.3 billion of us are deficient of omega-3, and inflammation is the greatest threat to human health. And it's not just a specialist. You have just common magazines like National Geographic, because it is known that chronic inflammation then is the open door to all the major illnesses. And it is something that is considered the silent killer. So it develops over time, but we don't know. So how do we start looking at it? And we know we are what we eat. So we have that state because of what we eat. And before we had access to full nutrition, but in nowadays is more man-made food that is low in key nutrition. So in the omegas and in fibers and in minerals and vitamins. And when we look into inflammation, we need to look into the ratio between the omegas, omega-3 and omega-6. When I heard this, what? There's an omega-6? I knew about an omega-3. Don't know what is your reality, but it is. There's an omega-6 as well. And when we look into what omega-3 is, it is the natural anti-inflammation marker, and omega-6, the natural inflammation marker. And okay, so the two names just say something about inflammation. And when we look into the sources, food, because they are essential fatty acids, our body does not produce, we need to consume them. So the omega-6, it is in meats and refined vegetable oils. So the famous seed oils that now everyone is aware that it causes inflammation. Then you have the omega-3 that is from wild caught fatty fish or then supplementation. And I just ask you, imagine yourselves going down the aisle with your shopping cart. What do you have inside? More 6 or more 3? That's our reality, isn't it? And when we look into what the science found out, in terms of our biology, we should have a ratio of 1 to 1, one of the inflammation to one of the anti-inflammation. Because of the food we have access to, 3 to 1, it is still fine for us. But the reality is very, very different nowadays. 15 to 1 in Europe, 25 to 1 worldwide. Because, as you've seen, it's all down to our cell. And what happens, it was novelty to me. I didn't know that every single cell, the membrane that it has, was made of this omega-6 and omega-3. So if we do have more of the 6 than the 3, we have a rigid membrane, more inflammation. So that's why it's crucial to have that 3 to 1 ratio between the inflammation and anti-inflammation marker, because healthy cell, healthy body. And that's what we want. And how do we know how we are? That's where Zinzino is making the difference. We can test now. We can test exactly to find out if whatever decisions we have taken so far, specialized diets, supplements, are actually working for us. And that's the game changer. And the beauty when we look into this is not Zinzino that conducts the test, is an independent lab, Vita's Analytical Service, one of the top in the world. It's in Norway, and it works in partnerships with all those universities that you're seeing there on the screen, and with the Olympic Committee, and with the World Health Organization. So it's a recognized entity, and that gives assurance to any client, any of us, that, okay, that is a reliable test. And look at the number of tests that they conduct. An exercise. How many of these tests do you think that fails? That failed that 3 to 1 ratio? 97% of people fail this. It's an enormous number. No wonder that we are how we are. Just how are your friends, your family, your coworkers? Are they full of energy and happy how they feel, or low energy with issues complaining about this or that, already something major? But you know what is most surprising is that 20% of those that done the test already consumed an omega-3 product, but they still fail the tests. So how are we going to fix this problem? That's what this scientific advisory board, especially two people, Dr. Paul Clayton and Ola Ida, they looked at during 30 years. So if we eat fish, we are fine. If we take supplementation, we are not. And they figure out that is something there. that is not so much about the omega-3, but what is protecting the omega-3 in nature, the polyphenol. So there's little videos about that, which are fantastic, showing exactly what's the situation. But you know that this is a product that against others, it is making a difference. It is the game changer in the nutritional world. And when we look, it has all sorts of certifications. In nowadays, that's very important, because if you're consuming something, we want to make sure that it's actually not causing any harm. And when you look at who needs it, everyone. Because I don't know about you, but I don't know anyone that is not made of cells. So if we have cells, we need that omega-3. It's essential to us. If we look at our car as an example, in our dashboards, if a red light flashes immediately, I'm sure everyone will take it to the garage and find out to fix it. With us, our red lights are the paints. And we don't look inside. We look at to the exterior. We think, okay, we had a long day. I drove a lot. I'm stressed. But we don't think that we are what we eat. And if we are in lack of, then our body doesn't respond the same. And it starts giving us signs. But we see different things. And we are not taught. We don't know. So you see the power of this message, giving everyone the possibility to have a glimpse into the future and see how they are now, how they can be in the future with that test. In terms of the claims, these are not Zinzino. These are made by the European Food Safety Authority. Different countries will have different claims depending on their governments, but the three top ones are common in every single country. Normal brain function, normal heart function, normal immune function. This is how important omega-3 is for us. So Zinzino, to support us with that, you saw that we have 4 tests that we can help to provide to people. And with that, it comes what is called then the health protocol. It is layer upon layer to help us in the crucial areas of our health. So we start with the balance, so with the balance oil to get rid of that 6:3 ratio, so put it perfect, to restore our gut health with xenobiotic, which is fibers, prebiotic fibers that are food for our microbiome. So it then starts everything. Our gut is our second brain. It's there that you have 70% of our immune system. So healthy gut is not a question of just going to the toilet regularly. It is more than that. It's just all that nutrition and that support. Then we have the third step, looking into your immune system. So when we have lack of minerals and vitamins from our food, then we can't have a very robust immune system. So this Extended has 23 minerals and vitamins just in one little capsule. And then you have all that you need to have a healthy immune system. For those of us that are already going through stress or problem sleeping in terms of not being very relaxed, or like myself, that I thought it was normal, go to bed an hour later, I was still chit-chatting, revising my day, planning the future, waking up in the middle of the night and doing the same. I thought it was normal. And then this helps us then to have really a normal, relaxing sleep and recovery. So this is what we offer. And when you look at the impact this is having worldwide, this is just a little snap into what the results are in different countries. I don't have Portugal here. When I started this nearly 5 years ago, I was in England. And the English average of their first test is 14.2. And I thought, oh, Portugal's going to be so much better. We eat so much fish. We love it. We are just there. Our average here is 19.2 to 1. Yes, we do eat fish, but it's from farm fish. And that one doesn't have access to the original omega-3. So what we truly eat makes a difference to us. So this is the small range that Zinzino has, because it is really truly, like I said before, to what we really need. So it's not vast. It's just to the point. We have the tests, we have the different omegas, we have the support for the immune system, and you have for the gut health. We do have as well for the skin, which is the largest organ that we have, but it is, as you can see, very condensed. we do have brand ambassadors. And I always question myself in the beginning, I question, why do we need this? But it is so important when you look at every single one of them. They came with a group of doctors and specialists in nutrition, and every single one of them failed their first test, despite everything, all the effort. And then they decided, I want to take these products and I want to talk and I want to make sure that people are aware of this because they make a difference. They felt it because their body is a temple for them. They felt the difference in their results. And for us, like I said, we're humans. It is just being able to tie our shoelaces again, go up the stairs with no issue, just play with our grandchildren, and so on, so on. The stories are just one after the other. So when you look at this, you can see these are just some examples of the latest PR coverage that Zinzino is having, because it's truly revolutionizing everything in terms of how we look into nutrition. We need supplements, but let's be intelligent. Let's see if we need it and if what we're using is actually working. And when you look into then the business possibility, it is the perfect timing because everything is shifting. Everyone is way more aware that they need to start looking into how they treat their bodies. And you can truly help those people. But at the same time, you can help yourself. And how do you do this? The business model that we use is quite intelligent because I was an employee before. And if I was not going to work, then I wouldn't be paid for it. That's it. I was trading my time for money. I don't know what is your reality. If then you're still self-employed, you own a job. But if you're not turning up, you're still not getting paid. Then you have the right quadrant. I don't know if you heard about this cash flow quadrant. Very interesting. But if you're then on the right side, then you already took another step. You're a business owner. So you have your workers. So if you're not there, they still carry on your business. So you get leverage. So yeah, the time is already a little bit on your side. Yes, and you have a different style of finances. But the ultimate is then the investor because you have leverage and passive income. And that's the one that I'm going to explain to you. That's the business model that we use. The question now is, where do you want to be? Do you want to be on the left side or do you want to be on the right side? Because I'm going to show you about the right side. Okay? And how we are compensated to decide to, why not? What do I have to lose? Because I'm going to be helping a lot of people and I'm going to be helping myself with my health and finances. We have 10 ways of receiving money, and either from customers or from people like ourselves that we're going to help creating our own business as well. And with customers up to 30% bonuses, and building a team and network up to 15% bonuses. So if I show you the first one, it's all about then customers. And customers think about products, not so much people, because as you've seen, there's people that go with the 3 products. So if you go up to 25, you have 10%, 20%, 25, 30% of cash bonuses. Yeah, so our commissions. And depending on the level that you are, with the number of sales that you've done, then you receive monthly bonuses. 25 is a special number for us. Yes, from that is what is called, we break the zero income. You know, on a normal employee status that we only get the money at the end of the month. Here from 25, you know that you start the month already with money in your account because you already know that you're going to receive at least 100 euros at the end of the month in a bonus just by having those 25. That's how it works then when you're on the right side of the quadrants. Yes. And we have that possibility to earn up to 10,000 euros on a one-time bonuses. So when you're with 100 products, you're kind of nearly on 1,000 euros monthly just in bonuses for that. But when those of us that think about building a team where the money then is, we help each other in growing our businesses. And these are averages. Doesn't mean that there's a lot of levels where then an average is higher than that. So it depends on a lot of variables. That's why we have 10 ways of earning money. Yes, but that is just a reference. So the question is always, where would you like to be? And to start with, what would make a difference? What would already give you that difference between these holidays or that holidays, for instance, I would say, or a different car, or just personal development, going to a course, and so on. So it is then your decision. There's no one else's decision because you're paid by your effort. And that's one of the biggest differences. In a normal job, you can't go high of the person above you. You can't get more than the person above you. And you can't progress if that job is taken. Here, you're your own boss. You can earn more money than the person above you because it's all about your efforts. How we start, there's different kits that we can decide because you've seen that it's all about helping start having our story, having our test. I'm sure that all of us want to know where we stand and how we evolve. There's many times, but I'm just showing you the one that it comes with a refund campaign. Who doesn't want to start a business that after their first year in business, the company that they partner up gives them the money back that they initially invested for their health? So you're a whole year with your money then they're held in Sweden. You then have access to a lot of products with a saving of 66%. You have tools for your business. You have access to many, many tests. And then at the end of the year, they say, okay, you have 25. Remember that special number, 25? Break the zero income. You reach 25. I'm giving you the money back. So that's how different it is, because the motto of the company is, if you're a partner, you're to make money with the business, not spend money in the business. So with that, that's why I'm showing you this. There's other options, but this just makes sense from the financial perspective. And then what we have access to, they give us, look, have access to a product every month. And you can have it for free if you get a simple qualification. And at the same time, every fourth month, you receive a new test and you have access to an app that you have more than 800 hours of training from everything, leadership to product to science to self-development. So what else can we want from this, isn't it? And to get that qualification and start kicking off everything, we just need 4 products on subscription. And we get the best start for the business. There are options. What else they give us? They say that if we want to grow our business, there's a truly simple system. We just need to think 2 and 4. That's all we're going to do. And we start with us. So with us, we start with our kit. We do our 4 initial subscriptions and they give us already straight away 100 euros and 10% of the cash bonuses. After, we're going to start growing a team. If we want to see this is extra. These are just options that we have. And in 60 days, if we bring 2 people that they see the benefit of having that initial kit, which they're going to get the money back anyway after a year, then you're helped with 400 euros. And now that's where it kicks the duplication. We're going to do with A and B exactly what we've done with you. We're going to help them grow their business. So we're going to help each one of them get their 4 and have their 2 partners. And the same situation. And you have 1,200 euros as bonus. Isn't that crazy? You help those 2 getting their 2. So your second level exists. You get 1,200 and A-Win gets their 400. So that's the beauty of this business. We help people getting what they need and we are helped as well. And we're going to finish off then just getting to 10 products. So it doesn't mean that we need to get 10, it's just 6 on top of those 4. And that gives us then a total of an extra 2,500 euros. Do we want to get it? It's down to us. So there's It's all there for us to grab if we want to. So the question is, do we want to join Zinzino? Do you see the value that this information has for the people around you? Are you happy with what you have? Do you really want to have this? What do you want to do? I love traveling, but like I said, I could only travel when my job would allow me to, and not exactly where I wanted to go because I didn't have time to go there. So all those questions, when I heard this, it kind of make me start dreaming again in all of this. And I hope that I'm showing you that you can start dreaming again. There's a possibility there. For those of us that see the potential, it's always, why not? Because now you have access to a proven company. You can look into the finances, you can look into the stock market, and you see everything. The products, you have those nearly 1.6 million tests done that show how it works. So that concept is more than proven. You have that compensation plan. And if you look into as well the network marketing world, the direct sales world, you have the top leaders there and you see their involvement, what they've been earning. So, and then there's that, the proof defeats doubts. It's not your word telling people that this product is great. It is their blood showing them how they truly are. So this, again, decisions are up to us. We either embrace this as the concept and you see the benefit and you just want to try the products and help yourself with your health, or you have that little glimpse in your eyes and you saw that this potential can be yours as well, of having a different life. And it's all about your efforts. If we want money, we talk to people. If we want more money, we talk to more people and help them out. That's all Zinzino is all about. A platform that all of us can use how we want to. There's a proven system. If we want, we can use it. You join a community, you join a family that will receive you with open arms, because definitely we can shape the future of nutrition together and have a true impact in this world and the people that we love. So I leave you with these words and encourage you to check out Zinzino, speak to the person that invites you here, ask them questions, have another meeting to know a little bit more. And from us here, we are here every Tuesday and every Thursday, so you can always come back. You can always know a little bit more. So thank you very much for your time. And I wish you a good morning, good afternoon, good evening.